Attention passionate Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now. If you've been paying attention to the NFL lately, especially the NFC West, you know that the landscape is shifting and the Seattle Seahawks are right in the middle of it. But what exactly is happening? Well, there's a lot to unpack, and it all starts with a recent trade rumor that's been making waves across the league. It involves none other than Kenneth Walker, the Seahawks' star running back, being traded to the New York Giants. That's right, a move that could change the division's dynamics and have long-term implications for both teams. Let's back up a little and set the scene. The Seahawks, coming off a season where they showed resilience and a strong fighting spirit, are still considered a playoff contender. But recent developments suggest they might be willing to shake things up, especially when it comes to their running game. Kenneth Walker, just entering his third year, has been a key piece in Seattle's offense, known for his explosive runs and ability to break tackles. He's the kind of player who can change the course of a game with a single carry, and fans have grown to love him for that reason. However, the NFL is a business, and teams are always looking for ways to improve, especially when it comes to building a roster that can contend for a Super Bowl. And this is where the trade rumors come into play. According to some recent analyses, including a detailed breakdown from NFL analyst Marissa Myers, there's a thought that the Seahawks might be open to trading Walker to the Giants. Now, initially, this idea might seem surprising. Why would Seattle, with their talented back, consider trading him away? Well, the answer lies in the current situation of both teams and the evolving depth charts. What makes this trade intriguing is the context around the Seahawks' running back room. Coming into the season, Kenneth Walker was expected to be the clear lead back, but the emergence of Zach Charbonnet has complicated things. Charbonnet, a talented rookie out of UCLA, has shown flashes of brilliance, and with 27 carries so far in 2025, he's inching toward a significant role in the Seahawks' offense. At the same time, George Halani, another back on the roster, has yet to touch the ball this season, but is considered a promising depth option. The fact that Walker's touches have been somewhat limited, and with Charbonnet's health status, he's currently doubtful with a foot injury. This creates a complex picture. The idea behind the trade, as Myers explained, is that the Seahawks might see value in moving Walker, especially since he's set to become a free agent after the 2025 season. The team could potentially get something valuable in return, perhaps draft picks or younger players, rather than risk losing him for nothing in free agency. It's a strategic move, especially if they're confident in Charbonnet's ability to handle the workload once healthy. Now, let's dig into the other side of this story, the New York Giants. Coming into 2025, the Giants haven't exactly been setting the league on fire. Despite a surprising 37-point performance against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 2, they're still sitting at 0-2. That's not what any Giants fan expected, especially after a season where they showed some promise. The team's current odds to win the Super Bowl hover around plus 35000, which is quite bleak, and fans are eager for moves that could shake up the roster and turn things around. So, why would the Giants be interested in trading for Kenneth Walker? Well, the answer is simple. They need a boost in their running game. Their current backfield has potential but lacks proven production. Cam Scatibo has yet to establish himself as a reliable option, and while Zach Charbonnet has flashed moments of brilliance, he's been dealing with a foot injury, which puts his availability into question. The Giants' management is looking for immediate upgrades, especially in a position that can help them compete more effectively in the NFC. In this context, acquiring Walker could be seen as a move to inject some explosiveness into their offense. Walker's stats during his rookie year were impressive: over 150 rushing yards, averaging 4.6 yards per carry, and scoring 9 touchdowns in 15 games. In the current 2025 season, he's already racked up 23 carries for 125 yards and a touchdown, showing that he can still be a game changer when healthy. The Giants, being a team trying to find its footing, might see him as a piece that can immediately elevate their running game and add some much-needed firepower. However, trading for a running back like Walker isn't just about the player's talent, it's also about the contract situation. Walker is in the last year of his rookie deal, which means he's a free agent after the season. For a team like the Giants, which isn't considered a top contender right now, investing heavily in a player with uncertain long-term commitment might seem risky. They're more likely to view him as a short-term fix, someone who can help them get over the hump and possibly attract other free agents or draft prospects in the future. But let's be real, this trade makes more sense for a contender, a team that's ready to push for the Super Bowl and needs a reliable, dynamic back to complement their offense. The Seahawks, on the other hand, might be more inclined to keep Walker if they believe he's a part of their future, especially if Charbonnet's health improves. The fact that Charbonnet is currently doubtful with a foot injury complicates the decision, but if he recovers well, the Seahawks might stick with him and Helani, rather than trading away a player like Walker. And that brings us to the bigger picture, the division itself. The NFC West has always been known for its competitive nature, with teams like the 49ers and Rams constantly pushing each other. The Seahawks have been trying to re-establish themselves as a dominant force, especially after their Super Bowl appearance a few years back. Moves like potential trades or roster adjustments are part of that strategic process to stay ahead of the curve. Moreover, the Seahawks' recent draft choices and player development efforts reflect a team that's trying to balance immediate success with building for the future. The emergence of Zach Charbonnet shows they're not afraid to give their young talent a shot, but they're also aware of the importance of veteran presence and proven production. Their coaching staff, led by Coach Pete Carroll, has always been aggressive when it comes to roster management, and this rumored trade fits perfectly into that mold. Now, looking at the bigger NFL picture, this kind of trade could have ripple effects across the league. If the Seahawks decide to move Walker, it could open up opportunities for other teams to capitalize on their own roster needs, or it might set a precedent for how teams value running backs in the current NFL climate, where the position is often seen as less critical compared to others, but still vital in certain schemes. The trade also raises questions about how teams evaluate players nearing the end of their contract. With Walker's situation, the Seahawks might be thinking about maximizing value before he hits free agency, while the Giants could be trying to short-circuit their offensive struggles by adding a proven runner. This kind of strategic thinking is what makes NFL roster management so fascinating, balancing short-term needs with long-term planning, and always trying to stay ahead of the competition. Now, what do you think, Seahawks fans? Do you believe this trade makes sense? Would you be happy to see Kenneth Walker wearing the Giants' colors? Or do you think Seattle should hold on to him and ride out the season with their current backfield? The truth is, we're still waiting for official confirmation, but the rumors are certainly spicy, and they've sparked a lot of debate among fans and analysts alike. The future of the Seahawks' running game might be more uncertain than ever, but one thing is for sure. This team remains competitive, resilient, and always ready to make bold moves if it means a shot at another Super Bowl. The NFC West is competitive as ever, with each team trying to find its edge, and Seattle's roster management will be critical in shaping their destiny this season and beyond. Whether they decide to hold on to Walker or pull the trigger on a trade, one thing's clear, they're not afraid to shake things up to stay in the hunt. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the Seahawks should trade Kenneth Walker, or is he too valuable to let go? Would this move help or hurt the team's chances this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. We're in this together, and your support keeps this community alive and thriving. Thanks for sticking with us, and as always, go Seahawks.